Hello everyone, welcome to episode 25 of the Early Parenting Podcast. Quarter birthday, woohoo! Sorry, I get excited over these sorts of things. So anyway, because we're heading into the silly season, I thought it would be super valuable to all the breastfeeding mamas out there to talk about how the heck you can enjoy a vino or two over the Chrissy and New Year break, guilt-free. Does that sound good? Well, listen on to find out how breastfeeding and alcohol can coexist. Just a little side note too, mamas, this is going to be the last episode before the Early Parenting Podcast takes a couple of weeks off, coming back in the new year on the 8th of January.
Welcome to the Early Parenting Podcast, where we help you navigate the somewhat tricky world of parenthood so you can love the crap out of being a mum. I'm your host, Jen Butler, and I'm an early parenting consultant and a mama of two busy boys. Join me as I explore all things early parenting and deliver them to you in toddler-friendly, bite-sized lessons because, let's be honest, your toddler is probably smothering pseudo-cream on the wall as we speak. I'll be dropping my hottest tips on baby and toddler sleep, feeding, boobs, behaviour, and so much more. Are you ready to find your flowing motherhood? Let's dive in.
This episode is brought to you today by my free clean sleeping guide that I have on my website. You can access this baby at www.jenniferbutler.com.au. Now, guys, this guide is the first step I take parents through when I'm looking to help them improve their baby or toddler's sleep. You are literally getting free access to the first pillar of my CCC approach that I use to improve baby and toddler sleep. So head on over and download yourself a copy today. jenniferbutler.com.au/clean-sleeping. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Okay, let's dive into my tips on breastfeeding and having a drink. So alcohol in breast milk works exactly like alcohol in your blood. The more alcohol you drink, the higher your blood alcohol level rises. So then if you stop drinking, the alcohol in the blood diffuses out and the blood alcohol concentration reduces. Now, I want you to literally replace the word blood with breast milk. But no, seriously, alcohol isn't stored in your breast milk. Often women feel that they need to pump and dump as if any consumption of alcohol will stay in their breast milk and impact their baby. Pumping and dumping is not needed and a total waste of your breast milk. If you know you've had too much to drink and you can't breastfeed for that feed, you may wish to express a little off for comfort. But no, other than that, simply waiting for the alcohol concentration to diffuse out of your breast milk is enough. It takes between 30 to 60 minutes for alcohol to peak into your breast milk. So what this means in terms of planning drinks is to avoid alcohol when you know your baby is due for a feed very soon. Likewise, if you know your baby cluster feeds in the evening, you're probably best to avoid alcohol in the evening, knowing they may need to feed before the alcohol has reduced to a low enough level that it won't affect your baby if they breastfeed. The best time to have a drink is immediately after you have fed your baby. You know your baby will have a full tummy and theoretically you should have a few hours before you need to feed again. So now's the time to enjoy that drink or two. If you're planning on having a few more drinks than just a couple of drinks, then I definitely recommend for you to start to create a little bit of a express milk storage. By pumping around 30 to 60 minutes after you have breastfed, particularly in the morning, you will be able to get the most amount of breast milk that has had the chance to refill in your breasts after a breastfeed. And you can start using this to freeze into 30, 60, 100 ml lots, however that looks, so that you have a bit of a supply to refer to if you do have a few too many drinks or your baby is due for a feed and you know that your alcohol level in your breast milk won't have reduced enough for it to be safe to feed. It's never going to hurt for you to have a little bit of a supply in the freezer somewhere. Breast milk defrosts super quickly if put in warm water, so it's very easy to whip out if you know that you're not quite confident that it's safe to breastfeed your baby yet. So finally, my favourite hack for any mama who is wanting to have a champers on Chrissy Day is to download the FeedSafe app. This app takes the guesswork out of whether it is okay to breastfeed your baby. You simply enter in your standard drinks and it calculates the time taken to reach 0 in your breast milk. Super handy too if you are having a few and you actually start to lose count of how many champagnes you had. Make sure you try and keep the drink standard so that it's an accurate representation of the drinks that you are having, and it does require you to be on top of entering them into the app, but such a fantastic tool. I hope that that has helped you, and know that it is completely fine to have a drink and to still breastfeed your baby. It's just about timing, and it's just about understanding that breast milk will peak within 30 to 60 minutes, but then it also starts to reduce from there on in. So it is possible to have a drink and then there still be no alcohol in your breast milk for the next feed, so long as you're timing things properly. There isn't a need to pump and dump if you're simply allowing the time for that drink to pass from your breast milk. The only time you need to pump when you're drinking is if you're feeling uncomfortable, you know that your breast milk will have too much alcohol in it and you need to just pump for a little bit of comfort, or if you're completely missing a feed because you've had a few drinks, then that would be another opportunity to completely pump just to help to protect your supply. I hope that that has helped you. I hope that you all have a fantastic Christmas and New Year. It has been so much fun being in your ears every week through this podcast. I absolutely love it, and I really hope that you all do too. Please be safe over the Christmas New Year period and just enjoy the beautiful family time. If this is your first Christmas with your baby, congratulations. What a beautiful and special time. And I cannot wait to join you in the new year to continue the Early Parenting podcast. See you in 2020, everyone. Woo! Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, can you do me a huge favour and take a screenshot of the episode and post it on your social media, post it in your mother's group on Facebook, share it around to any friends that you think might benefit from hearing the episode. I want this podcast to reach as many ears as I can so I can try and make a difference in as many lives as I can. And I would so love for you to head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave me a review if you're enjoying this podcast. And while you're over there, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss a single one of my episodes. If you're looking for a little bit more one-on-one support, then make sure to check out my website, www.jenniferbutler.com.au, where you can find out how we can work together closely so I can create a more personalised plan for your family so that you can overcome some of the questions, concerns, or parenting hurdles that you're facing. Motherhood is here to be enjoyed, but sometimes it takes us to get a little bit of help to learn how to understand, get to know, and support our babies so you really can love everything that motherhood has to offer. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.